Remember to read the disclaimer if you have any questions about custom toys. And also remember that everyone who supports me on Patreon gets to see preview images, work in progress shots, and gets little minifigures when they donate $10. If you want to help, even the smallest donation helps. Link is below. Hello my friends, this is Wake Angel 2001 coming at you with the third part of AidenatorX's commission, Shiloh the Kookaburra. And yes, I did Google how to spell Kookaburra because that is a very difficult word to spell. So Shiloh is a purple bird, and the base toy that was sent to me was a severely damaged Tails figure, and a severely damaged Jet figure, which I happen to have on hand, would be the other half of it. So, of course, the first thing I had to do was some body repair. Now, in the Jet figure's case, he still had the parts of the arms that were the shoulders, but he didn't have the forearms or hands anymore. And Tails' shoulders were borked. In fact, he was completely missing the bicep parts of one of his arms, but he still had the forearms and hands. So, using some toothpicks to fill in the pin discs, well, you know, the pin that goes through the disc, the crossbar? I don't know what you call that. I used some toothpicks to fix the shoulders and elbows, is what I'm trying to get at. So once I did that, I was able to put Tails' hands back on and then paint them the proper color. So, yeah, interesting journey of repairing the figure before continuing with the custom. Now, most of the sculpting of this figure pretty much just went into the head. So, Shiloh the Kookaburra has one of those feather mohawk things that the characters from I believe it's supposed to be based on one of the hairstyles from the bird characters in Sonic Forces. So, you know, that's basically the story there. And it's fortuitous that Shiloh also has goggles because the Jet figure has goggles, so, you know, everything just happened to work out perfectly. He already has goggles. Yay. Shiloh's tail feathers are just kind of squared off instead of pointy like Jet's, so a little bit of treatment with my X-Acto knife was all that was needed to modify them. An interesting thing about Shiloh, however, is that he actually has wings. I didn't expect this at first. I was wondering, what are those lumps on his back supposed to be? And Aiden told me that they were his folded up wings, which is pretty interesting, because think about it. Not counting a character that's an insect or a dragon, almost no Sonic character has both wings and arms. As a matter of fact, the only one who does is Rouge the Bat. Because if you think about it, that's part of mammalian physiology. All mammals and birds have 4 limbs. If you have wings, that means you have sacrificed your forearms to make those wings. So Rouge is actually an anomalous creature that has wings sticking out of her back that have no evolutionary business being there. Think about it. Think of any other bat character that you've seen in any of the cartoons or comics. They always have like wing membranes on their actual arms, so they have the proper number of limbs. So, I don't know, I just figured that this was an interesting bit of trivia to bring up. It's not that I have any problem putting wings on the figure. You want me to put wings on the back of your figure? That's perfectly fine. I don't care. It's just that it's a really weird aspect of the aesthetic of the Sonic the Hedgehog style, and there's only one exception in the entire, all of the various fictions applied to it. There's only one exception, and that's just a little bit weird to me. And cue some obscure reference to an episode of one of the cartoons or somewhere in the Fleetway comic, which I haven't actually read, to where you had a character that actually did have both arms and wings that wasn't Rouge the Bat. But, you know, yeah. I don't know. That's a little bit nitpicky even for me. Anyway, the shoes are just Tails' repainted. I decided to use some of my metallic green to make them pop a little bit. And now that all the parts are done, let's take a look at the completed Shiloh the Kookaburra figure. And that certainly is a purple bird. Yep, so here is Shiloh. You know, Shiloh. That reminds me of a book I read back when I was in elementary school. It was about this dog who had been abandoned by a farmer, and he was found by this kid who tried to raise him. It had a movie adaptation, and the movie had a sequel, but I'm not sure if the book had a sequel. It was and I don't know. It's weird that Shiloh is a dog name, and yet this is a bird. I don't know. I feel weird having a dog name on a bird. Like, I know I have no idea if Aiden actually read Shiloh, or like how common a name Shiloh actually is, but I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. Like, it's a dog name to me. But that's just me. So, thank you all for watching the video. I know my output is a little bit slower, but I have been busier as of late, real life getting in the way. But I'm still working on toys. I still love doing this, and still pretty close to reopening commissions, just not yet.